think so.
Okay. So you pretty much just auto attack and then you instant W and you pretty much cancel it immediately to get the AA reset. Let's look at the lanes.
But then when should I decide whether to like just keep on using the W to like damage?
Well, pretty much if you want to kill someone, so if it's like pretty much you're the one that having the advantage. So for example, if you jump on the Evelyn, you can use it as pretty much an extra DPS tool, and if the Evelyn jumps on you, you can just use it as a safety tool. Okay, so pretty much if you look at the matchup now, what lane should you focus on? Even though you're Master TE, like you're pretty much gonna be focused on perma farming. But if you just look at the lanes, which lanes should be pretty much gankable for you? If you just look at the matchup now, so not how pretty much the waves are gonna plan out.
Well, I guess mid's easiest.
Well, okay, so pretty much mid is only the easiest, or pretty much it's only gankable if Anivia is pushed up.
Yep.
Because Zed has no setup. Outside that, bottom.
Yeah, bots.
Because of the Zyra, which is pretty easy to gank. And top is pretty much just gonna be perma pushing. So you have to pretty much again make a little plan before pretty much the game starts to what to do.
To like go top, I guess.
Yeah, so it's totally fine. Also, what's really important, we can't really see it because this is through VOD replay, not like to pretty much your perspective. Is that while you're doing camps, you're always looking at lanes. Oh wait, I'm not even. Holy shit! I'm not even screen sharing. Holy shit! I'm boosted. Okay, do you see it? Do you see?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so while you're pretty much doing a farm or like a camp, you want to look at lanes. It's really important to keep track on where Evelyn starts. So while you're gonna do blue, you're gonna pretty much see how fast their bottom lane is gonna walk into lane. If they are instant in lane, you know he started top side, and pretty much if they walk like this and you see they lost a bit of mana, you know okay, he started bottom side. And it's really important to pretty much ping where the enemy Evelyn is. So even though you know pretty much because you got the information from the enemy bottom lane by walking late into the lane, you got the information of okay, Evelyn started here, right? But your team might not know that or might not focus on that. So you have to pretty much let your team know by pings. Evelyn is now at the red, you know? That's really important to do. See? That's the same what she did. You see this blue question mark? That's pretty much Evelyn pinging from years here, you know? So that's the same what you should have done pretty much with the Evelyn, because that's really important, especially against Evelyn. So pretty much if you deny all the early game pressure of Evelyn, you're pretty much gonna win late game with your team comp. So that's what you want to focus on. You don't want to focus on like ganking a lot of lanes because you almost have no setup in all the lanes, but you want to pretty much prevent the enemy Evelyn of ganking your lane.
Yeah, that's what I failed to do.
Okay, so this is like, wait, did Scuttlecrab got nerfed?
Scuttle, I don't know.
Holy shit, does it respawn after like 2:30? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. But even then, if the Scuttlecrab spawns at 2:30, it's really inefficient to do Grom blue and then into Scuttlecrab because you won't hit level 3. So again, you have to have a plan before the game starts. Is what I'm gonna focus on, and that's not pretty much providing Scuttlecrabs for bottom side and top side, for example, because it's Evelyn. It doesn't matter if you get Scuttlecrabs. Sometimes it's even better to pretty much give Evelyn the Scuttlecrabs, so you pretty much put wards like in the river, so you pretty much know whenever she's doing Scuttlecrabs. So you pretty much bait her to go for a Scuttlecrab. This guy dies, and this could have been prevented if you pinged out here. So if you just ping her like Evelyn out and you look at how mid lane is playing, so you see pretty much your Zed is playing over aggressive, you ping danger, there is a possibility that he's gonna gank there. So even though he makes the mistake, you could have prevented it, and that's like very that like if it's not as worse obviously, but you could have definitely prevented that, which pretty much is a mistake for you as well.
Yeah, he tilted off the
Yeah, exactly. And even though it's 100% his fault, you could have prevented it. And again, see, like at 2 minute 50, you only did pretty much 3 camps, and Evelyn did already a gank. So that's like very bad. For example, if you did a full clear, you could have already pretty much almost be done with your red. You could have already been pretty much at your red. And then if, for example, you pinged out the mid gank, you were like an insane amount of ahead. So, for example, if he shows, if Evelyn shows, you know, okay, his blue is not taken, so I'm gonna leap around to his blue buff and kill him there, for example, you know. So that's like very important to pretty much have a plan before the game starts, because otherwise you pretty much get random things like walking here and putting a ward down, because this ward doesn't give you anything because it's Evelyn. And even then, it's not efficient. The same as this. You know pretty much he ganked mid lane. So he did his red buff, you know that. So there's a high chance he's gonna go to blue. And then he has 2 lanes to gank. Mid lane and top lane. Top lane is pushed in. Zed just backed, but there's a big wave. So since you are here, it's more likely for Evelyn to go top side. Because it's also easier with blue buff. To pretty much do blue and walk this way instead of pretty much doing blue and then walking this way. So again, it's very pretty much it's very easy to read Evelyn. If he shows one time, for example, in mid lane, it's very easy to read her. So you just click on her, see what buff she has. Okay, she doesn't have a blue buff yet, so it's highly likely that she's gonna get blue buff and then gank top lane or mid lane. If you look at the lanes, you're gonna pretty much decide, okay, top lane is easier for her to gank, so you ping it out. And while you're pinging her out, you're gonna pretty much keep farming, because that's what Musty is pretty much used for. It's not a ganking jungler, it's a power farm jungler. The same with this. This is very inefficient. Pretty much with Musty, you only want to do Scuttle Crab if you have Crux, the Crux smite, so the Crux passive, because if it's stunned, it deals or it takes 200% more damage, I think. So instead of 100%, so your basic, it deals pretty much twice that. So this is pretty much again a waste of time.
Is that on every jungle mod? Is that on every jungle monster?
No, just on the Scuttle Crabs. So see, like at 340, you should have already been pretty much did a full clear and then backed. And if pretty much Evelyn did only one gank, then you're still fine. But even with that, like now you're pretty much even in XP with Evelyn, while she did one gank. And she blew top flash. So again, you have to know your win conditions and the enemy's win conditions, because if you know their win condition, it's easy to counter it. So if you know, okay, Evelyn needs to pretty much snowball lanes, you know, okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on how pretty much my lanes are playing, and pretty much whenever she shows somewhere, click on her and see what buffs does she have, and then from that I'll just pretty much read her pathing, and then from that I'll just help my team. And now you're level 4 and Evelyn hit just level 3, but again she did already an gank, or 2 ganks actually. So again, you don't want to like do like weird stuff, like for example that you watch like Cowset do or whatever, you know. Like you just want to, especially if you're starting to pick up Musty, you just want to pretty much get to the basics, which is just power farming. So don't even like bother getting free ganks off, just power farm, and from that you pretty much start to control like pretty much start to the next win condition of Musty. Now you're pretty much combining a different champion with Musty, because for example the way you're playing Musty is how you, for example, play Rek'Sai or whatever. But again, every champion has a different playstyle, and that's very important to understand. So again, you know pretty much he ganked top lane, you cleared your top side, so it's not likely that she will be counter jungling. After bottom lane, after top lane, there are 2 options she could have done. She could have recalled, and then again looked at the lanes, okay, which is easy to gank, or she cleared top side and recalled. So again, it's a high likely chance that Evelyn is bot side, just because of the route she took. So she ganked mid lane, took blue, ganked top lane, and after that she has again pretty much two choices to do, and from that you pretty much, from that information, you have to help your team out. Because it's Evelyn, we're actually gonna do this. So we're not even gonna do this. So from just the information we're gonna have soon, we're gonna read her paths, because that and then is just very easy. So again, you don't have the crux buff, so it's not as efficient. And since it's the Evelyn, this doesn't matter. It kind of baits your team more than it helps your team, because your team thinks like they're safe, but since Evelyn, they're not safe at all, because Evelyn can just walk over it. Yeah. And then again, okay. So again, mid lane died. Again, you're forcing a gank, which you shouldn't be forcing. If you have a win condition, Evelyn has a win condition. Again, you're playing like must heal like another jungler, you know? But we already talked about that. So even though this works, this shouldn't be working. You should have, you should have flashed after this guy. Yeah, and then killed. Yeah, but that's fine. Again, this is all with understanding the champion, because pretty much your gank baited the Vayne to pretty much flash you or whatever, you know. And now again, you're on the map, so top lane can play as aggressive as he wants. Evelyn can gank whatever he wants, you know. So again, you have to have a plan and pretty much try to do the plan as clean as possible. You don't want to like text away for whatever. Just back off, go into your jungler and power farm again, because this will only make Vayne more behind. Even though it's just last hitting, it also shows you on the map. So again, like pretty much the whole enemy team has information where you are. Your blue buff, this is also very important with the second buff spawning. Your blue buff is almost spawning, which means the enemy red buff is almost spawning. So whenever you're gonna do your blue buff, the enemy is gonna probably do his red buff. So again, you're gonna put the danger ping from, okay, Evelyn is gonna probably be there. And pretty much if you're doing your blue buff, he's doing your red buff, most likely. And then you're gonna look at the lanes. Okay, so you ping first, like danger. Evelyn might be there. Then you're gonna look at the lanes. Okay, is mid overpushed, is bottom overpushed. Then, for example, Z is overpushing, but bottom lane is pushed in. So you're gonna ping Z, okay, care, Evelyn is more likely there, you know? These are, like, this is important against normal junglers, but especially against Evelyn.
Yep.
This is very important. Now you can just back. Like, these camps are not up. There's no lanes to gank, so you can just back, get a double dagger, move to your blue buff, and then do pretty much the normal clear. Because now you're pretty much gonna waste time waiting for a camp or whatever, you know? See? Like, this is all wasted time. And now you're like, wait, my blue buff is spawning. Oh, wait, now actually, you're gonna recall now, see? So this again delays your pretty much your jungle route by 10 seconds, because you pretty much walked over here and then recalled. So we're gonna fast forward a bit. Because even though this is like by your wolf smited, she could have just taken your yeah, exactly. And this is also like now a bit risky, because your blue buff has been already up for like 10-15 seconds, which means she already did the red buff, which means she now already can gank, and you're not in a position to counter gank or whatever, since you need to buff, need to do your buff still. So again, this is the same. Whenever you're sitting in your jungle, you need to help your pretty much your lanes out by pinging where the enemy jungler is. Do you normally have like an easy time reading the enemy jungler, or do you have like a hard time?
I find it quite hard because I'm main mid.
Okay, that's fine. But even as like as a mid main, it's very important to pretty much read
the jungler.
Yeah, exactly, and also to play around your own jungler.
Yeah.
So
that's like the difference. That's the main difference between me and like low diamond.
To like pretty much know how the jungle paths are and shit from the enemy junglers, and to pretty much to read them. We can actually go like over mid game as well and see how you pretty much move in the lane, depending on the enemy jungler and your jungler. But now,
I play Syndra, so
yeah, and especially as Syndra, you're so immobile, so it's really important to play at the right side of the lane, pretty much at all points of the game. And now, since you pretty much did, yeah, like they already know pretty much where you are.
Where's the ward?
Well, pretty much they just threat you because they already thought, okay, he's slow because his red buff is pretty much not up yet. So there's a high chance he's bottom side because he just did his blue, you know. And for you, the enemy blue buff just spawned in. So it's highly likely that the enemy mid laner is gonna get it. And then again, you have 2 lanes that he can gank, top lane or mid lane.
Yep.
And then again, you want to call it for them. Evelyn might be there. And just pinging you, like, is enough to pretty much scare them off.
Yeah.
So that's really important. The same as mid lane. You already know, pretty much, this guy, Evelyn, is gonna be around mid lane.
Yeah, I should have run straight there.
Well, first of all, you should have been around top side instead of doing crap. And then it would be a lot easier. But pretty much Anivia fucks up, or I guess Evelyn fucks up, because Evelyn takes the blue instead of giving it to Anivia. Because if Anivia had blue, see? Like, she took blue. And this is all easily read, because you know blue is spawning soon. So you know, okay. Excuse me. Evelyn is going to be top side. So again, you know Evelyn is going to move here, because she probably did in 5-6 seconds her blue buff. So again, you have 2 lanes that he can gank, and then you just ping it out. Then he flashes, and then you just want to go.
Yeah, got fucked here.
Yeah. You could have flashed that easily.
Yeah.
And again, you didn't.
I thought he had no mana, but
Okay.
got the blue buffs.
Yeah, well, yeah, she got it after, and she has Catalyst and Tear. So it's like, yeah, pretty much she regens very fast. But again,
Yeah.
here, this is like knowing, or it's pretty much you're very greedy with your flash. So if there's pretty much one thing, you have to pretty much know that before the duel starts. What is the thing where I'm gonna die to? That's like hard CC. What's the only hard CC? That's the Anivia Q. And also, if you pretty much dodge the Anivia Q, it also decreases her E damage, because you won't get like the frostbite on you, you know?
Yeah.
So that's like very important to not be greedy. And with your flash, the same in bottom lane. You could have flashed pretty much after the Zyra and then killed the Tristana. And instead of that, you pretty much turned back, and then they both survived. And again now, the enemy red buff pretty much is already gone, because Evelyn took it. The blue buff is already gone, and you still had your blue buff up for an insane amount of seconds, instead of again doing a full clear and then seeing pretty much what you can do for your team, because you have no easy lanes to gank, so you don't want to prioritize on ganking. If there's a free gank, you're gonna take it. If not, then not. And again, yeah, this is just basics of just thinking, okay, I must E. What's my win condition, power farm? Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. And then you're just gonna do this, and then you're gonna look pretty much stop. Okay, stop gankable? No, okay, then I'm just gonna keep farming, you know? Okay, this, like, again, this should not work, but since this guy goes full mental without a ward, you can easily gank it. And this is good. And right now, and that's a really good thing about Must E, take the tower. Take the first blood tower. Pretty much your own mid tower is pretty much almost gone, and your bottom tower is almost gone. That's because Anivia is pushing in Z pretty much all the time, and the same for bottom lane. So you want to pretty much deny their free first blood tower. So indeed, what you're doing now, you're pushing it hard in. This is not good, because again, if they take first blood tower earlier, then they'll get like pretty much 2 free kills.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Yeah, so like
I tried to defend that tower.
But then, like, okay, so what the problem with that is, do you know pretty much the saying cross map objective play, right? So for example, if the enemy jungler, for example Evelyn, ganks bottom lane, and you are top side, you're not gonna clear your own jungler, you're gonna clear the enemy top side jungle, right? Because he's doing a play here, and you're gonna pretty much taking the camp can be considered a play, so you're gonna pretty much take their whole topside camps. You're not gonna, for example, if you're ganking or for example farming mid lane or whatever, and bottom lane is gonna get ganked, you're not gonna run all the way from mid to bottom lane to pretty much compensate their mistake, you know, or the enemy trying to make a play. You're not gonna compensate it. You're gonna try to or compensate it like that. You want to compensate it with pretty much you making a play, and that play can taking pretty much his whole topside jungle, or instead of walking all the way from here to bottom lane, you can get the top tower, you know, or gang top lane. It's all situational, and it's the same for this. So instead of thinking about, oh fuck, I need to defend that. No, you're not. You shouldn't be thinking like that. You should be thinking like, oh, I can gain this, you know. Instead of thinking the negative way, you're gonna think the positive way. So you're gonna think in trades. So okay, even if Anivia gets this tower, I'm gonna trade it with pretty much us taking this tower, you know. And then Evelyn is here, and if you were there as well again, and now see what's actually happening. You just went top. You killed Gragas, and you're thinking like, oh fuck, mid lane is dying, so I have to run mid lane, and then top lane is pretty much dying, and then you're thinking, oh fuck, I need to go top lane. See, instead of being decisive and thinking, okay, instead of like pretty much going for a defend, no, you're gonna think proactive. So okay, they're gonna take mid lane, because they're taking mid lane, I'm gonna take top lane. Okay, so first of all, you shouldn't have like flashed for it, but it's very important, especially as Master Yi, that you move between your auto attacks. It's the same in mid lane, so it's very important to pretty much space well. So for example, if you auto attack, you're not gonna stand still, or you pretty much, if you're throwing a spell, you're not gonna stand still, but you're gonna move around, because then it's harder to hit pretty much for the enemy to hit the skill shot. Or for example, especially again if you're playing Syndra, you're pretty much, the way you space is very important to pretty much hit your balls or to hit the stun, you know. And it's the same with Master Yi. So for example, if you're going
LA, I find it harder with LA.
Okay, well, I guess since it's like your first time Master Yi or whatever, it's like a bit harder to, like, pretty much you have to get used to it. But for example, right here, you see pretty much how you're just right clicking him, right? You're just right clicking him instead of auto attacking him. And then when the animation goes off, you're gonna click here, and then you're gonna click him again, and then you can walk here, you know. And then pretty much in the end, you don't have to flash for it, you know. And that can again make the difference in, like, maybe even stealing Drake or whatever, you know. Okay, so yeah. But again, pretty much this all snowballed because you pretty much didn't track down the Evelyn, and now it's very hard to pretty much track down again, because buffs are down, and now she has pretty much, it's a 50-50 to go bottom or top side. Since your top lane is, I guess, kind of winning, they didn't have any problems. She's probably gonna focus on bottom side, especially because Drake is up, and Rift Herald doesn't really benefit them. So now it's like a bit harder to read, but especially at the early game. So like pretty much at the first two buffs, it's very easy to read the enemy jungler. And now it's pretty much the lane, and the game is over, because you're all just gonna get pushed in, and then you're gonna lose your jungle, and you're gonna lose objectives, and you can't really do anything because you guys have no wave clear. All you guys have a good late game, but pretty much if they play correctly, there's like no way you guys are winning. So again, see, like, if you're Evelyn and your Gragas is getting ganked, you're not thinking, oh fuck, I'm around here, I'm gonna help the Gragas. No, you're gonna do cross map play, which is taking Drake, you know. So the enemy's taking an objective and an advantage, and you're gonna take an advantage by yourself as well. And it's the same mid lane. If your enemy mid laner is roaming and you are too late on the play, which can happen sometimes, for example, if you get pushed in, you're not gonna move from mid to bottom lane because it's already too late. No, you're gonna push it in and try to do damage on the enemy turret, you know? Instead of running all the way and wasting time, and then you're running back and forth, you know?
Yeah, I had a problem with that against TF, actually.
Okay.
Just teleported bot.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can't compensate it if you don't have teleport. So the only way you're gonna punish it is to pretty much push in mid lane. So what will happen if the bottom TP from TF doesn't work is you pretty much push the wave in, and you pretty much take damage on the enemy turret. What happens if you pretty much try to move as well, and the TF ult doesn't work out? You're not gaining pretty much anything of it. That's one thing. And if it does work out, you're not pretty much compensating it. So So instead of like compensating it with the turret push and damage on enemy towers, you're compensating it with pretty much running into river and then running back because your bottom lane died, you know. So that's like an important thing to like pretty much know for yourself. So if you are too late on the play, which is totally fine, or the enemy did like a good play, doesn't matter. You just do a counter play on a cross map or whatever pretty much is in your reach. We're just gonna watch a bit more because pretty much the rest of the game doesn't really matter, because what all you guys should have.
First 10 minutes.
Hmm?
It's over in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, not in the first 2 minutes, but it could have. It's like if you just look at it, it's so like easy to look at it now. But and see, like even though there's no ward here, he's still pinging you out. See?
Yeah.
Like, again.
What
Yeah, exactly. Again, the ping on you.
the fuck?
And
how does he know?
and you are must he, and he's Evelyn, so you should pretty much do it more to him than he to you, you know. So what he's doing, you should have been doing, you know. But that's fine. We're gonna like write some things down to pretty much.
Practice that.
Yeah, exactly. What Syndra do you want to pretty much go over? I don't know if you like. They're. I think they're they're pretty recent. All. Just name one pretty much.
Pretty game.
Let's do 766 then, because this one probably you got stomped, and so this like
Someone went here. Yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do this one then. When I like watch the laning phase and how you play it.
Yeah. So.
Alright. Let me load up the VOD. Okay. So again, this is also important if you're not playing jungle. Knowing the matchups. So if you know you're vulnerable to ganks, you're gonna adapt your playstyle. And pretty much the first time you see the enemy jungler, you're gonna adapt your playstyle, because then you have more information. All these kind of things, you pretty much have to know it.
What? Like, how should I change my playstyle?
What do you mean on Syndra, or
On Syndra,
like do you think you should?
generally.
Okay, well we're just gonna see pretty much how you play like this game. Obviously this is like one game, so it's not a big sample, but we can just look at it. Okay, so
I got carried this game actually.
why do you go, by the way, cleanse against Morgana?
I don't know. I can cleanse a Q
Yeah, exactly.
and an ult as well.
No, you can't cleanse her ult.
I can't.
No, you can't. You have to Q assess it, yeah.
Oh right. I didn't know that.
Okay, well, now you know. But yeah.
Can I cleanse a Q?
Yeah, you cleanse. Yeah, you can cleanse a Q, but you have to pretty much, even though it's a bit like a big hitbox, you have to pretty much have confidence in yourself of dodging it.
Okay.
And
No, I do dodge it. It's just that, like, if she gets a Q once and somehow the enemy jungle is there, I'm fucked.
Yeah, but then like goes again, but that's just Syndra. Like if you get binded, you're pretty much dead, and the jungler is there, no matter if you have cleanse or not. So yeah, this game should have been definitely better with Ghost, but that doesn't
Yeah,
like.
I think Ghost would win.
Especially like Ghost is so OP. Like it's 10 seconds, and then you get like a plus 30 or 20 movement speed percentage. Like it's insane for 10 seconds. Like you can pretty much run from here to bottom lane if you have like
Use
tier
it
1
for-
boots. Yeah, it's like insane. So this matchup is pretty much gonna be very boring unless she fucks up, or you fucks up pretty much. But early you can pressure. So whenever pretty much she puts a pull down, you can pretty much sit next to the main wave and poke her down. If you look at the matchups, so
Yeah,
top lane Yorick against Wukong, it's pretty much who is pushing in is more likely to get ganked.
Yep.
Mid lane is if you're pretty much getting binded, you're dead. But if you dodge the binding, you're always safe, 100%, unless Wukong is level 6. Or I mean, wait, who's the jungler? Chinzao. Yeah. Then like you're 100% safe even after level 6. You just can't get ulted by Morgana or Q'd. And
It
you
was a
can.
very boring lane.
Yeah. And then again, same bottom lane. Bottom lane has pretty much high kill pressure for the enemy because it's a Twitch Soraka, very mobile. Okay. So we're just gonna see how you play. Okay, so first of all, what is Morgana's win condition?
Farm.
And what does
Yes,
she want to
check.
do with the wave? What does she want to perma do?
Push it in.
Exactly. So most likely she started Q, which is bad.
Yeah.
But pretty much level 1, you want to sit next to the wave and just Q her. And while queuing her, Q the wave. Because if she pretty much pushes you early under the tower, you're pretty much gonna get fucked. See, like, what's happening now? She is out-attacking the minions while you are pretty much tunnel visioning on hitting that Q, you know? So you're thinking, okay, I have to hit this Q instead of like controlling the wave. This is like easy binding from her. Holy shit, she went for the minion. Okay, that's unlucky. But see what's happening? While pretty much you're really focusing on just hitting the Q, she's just pushing with out-attacks the wave. Which pretty much, if she started W, would be very bad for you. Because then you'll pretty much, Syndra is like horrible early at farming under the turret.
Yeah.
So like now the wave is fine because she started Q. But normally if she just press W and out-attack the wave and you don't punish her, you're just gonna get fucked under the tower. Even though you might get a little damage, it doesn't compensate the fact by you losing so much CS. Here should have been free Q. Yeah, this should be easy hit. That's just like, especially if you're playing so much Syndra, you should be like easily hitting those Qs and knowing the range. And now she has a problem because you're almost gonna hit level 2. So what you want to do again, she's gonna walk up. This is like basic trading. If she's gonna walk up for a minion, you're gonna walk up. So she has to pretty much make a trade. So she gets the minion, but she loses the trade. Or she pretty much goes for the trade and she loses the minion. What is very important with Syndra is to use her auto attacks properly. So for example, if she walks up like this, what she's gonna do, you should auto attack her. So while, for example, here you could have like auto attack this one and then Q her, but your Q was on cooldown. But watch if she goes for these minions, right? It's telegraphed what she's gonna do because you know, okay, she wants these minions, so you're gonna auto attack her, Q auto attack, and then poke the tunnel, you know. Instead of that, you auto attack a minion, you Q her, and then she's too far away for your auto attack, you know. And now pretty much instead of chunking her for 100 damage, you could have chunked her for 150, which adds up in the long term. You know you max W second, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because max W pretty much grabs like all the balls, so you can stun multiple people. So that's why you max W now second. Okay, so if you look at your own jungle, it's a Sejuani, not a fast jungler, but doesn't matter. If you, he's now did pretty much the 3 camps, right?
Yep.
Which means
So low.
yeah, he's so low. But what means? What can you read from him doing 3 camps?
Gonna do a full clear.
Well, but I mean from the enemy jungler, because that's like more important.
Okay.
So what can you read from pretty much Sejuani just did 3 camps? What can you then read from the enemy jungler?
He also did 3 camps.
Yeah, exactly. So there are multiple ways. So he could have done this one.
I don't know why he only did 2.
This one. Well, you do this one if you wanna get an early gank mid or bottom lane. Because if you do this, if you Crux Raptors into red, you have your red buff longer instead of doing, and you have more HP because you can smite the red buff. So you have your red longer and you can smite the red buff for more HP. And then you can like gank mid or bottom lane. So there are multiple options. He did this one, so Crux Raptors red, or he did Crux red blue buff, or he did like a full clear, right? So he did Crux red, doesn't matter. Now he did 3 camps. So what you want to do is you want to always ward around, let's say 2 minute 40 right here, because at 2 minute 40, if your jungler did a full clear, he will be already at the stop side, and if he didn't do a full clear, he would be already at the stop side. So what will happen then is you can ward here and then play around and just play around here, because you pretty much know where the enemy pretty much the enemy jungler is. So he's or bottom side or at his blue buff. If he's pretty much doing this clear or like a full clear and then walking through here, you have it warded. And pretty much if he does a full clear and then pretty much do do 3 camps, so the corrupts red, and then the blue. Then by the vision you're pretty much getting here, you pretty much know what it's cleared it, because again, if he did 3 camps, he want to gank bottom or mid. So this is pretty much safe, or he has to like leap all the way around, but that takes like an insane amount of time. Or pretty much he did blue camp, but you're hovering the bottom side, so there's like no way he's gonna pull off the gank, because also you have clans, and even again you shouldn't have pretty much gotten clans, but if you have ghost, you can just ghost away, you know. So if you just ward about 240 to 45 right here and just hover this side, you're always safe to ganks, because again, even if pretty much the information is you don't see him, that's enough information to know where he is. So for example, if you're pretty much the Sejuani and you have like 2 wards up and you ward right here and right here, and you don't see him in the bottom side, where is he then?
Where is he?
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah, exactly. So he's in base or he's top side. So you know, okay, I have to hover bottom side. So pretty much knowing where he isn't means pretty much knowing where he is, you know? And that's very important.
What about Shaco? When I'm playing against like Evelyn, Shaco.
Okay, so with Evelyn, you want to pretty much get the early blue trinket. And for example, if you're sitting in mid lane, you're gonna blue trinket right here. Or for example, if you push in the enemy mid laner, which is kind of hard against Morgana, but if you have lane pressure, you push it in and you put like a ward over the raptors, you know, those kind of things. And obviously, pretty much against Shaco and Evelyn, you just have to play more passive until you pretty much see her on the map. And then then it's a bit more different. But again, still, like pretty much if you see he did pretty much 3 buffs and he ganked top lane, you know, okay, he's gonna be top side for pretty much the next 20 seconds. And if he pretty much doesn't show up in the next 20-30 seconds top side, he probably based and went to bottom side because he just killed his blue buff or did more camps in the top side. So you know, okay, there's no camps up in the top side. He is pretty much 100% in the bottom side. Yep. But for the basics, just if your jungler did 3 camps, the enemy jungler did 3 camps. That's pretty much the most important thing to know. And then just pretty much think about the roots. Also, what is important, if your jungler is top side, you have to ward bottom side. So for example, if your top laner started, your jungler started top side, you're gonna ward right here. So you ward pretty much the cross map of where your jungler is. And again, it's also very important to know where the enemy jungler started, because then you know his route. So again, you have to look before you're gonna go in lane to pretty much bottom lane or top lane to see if someone leashed. Or you can ask your laners, but again, then you have to pretty much put your trust in your teammates. So that's like the most important things. To know where the enemy start, and then you pretty much know where he can be in 3 buffs. And then you can just ward for it. See? Exactly, this is pretty much his basic route. And if you ward it, you know 100% this guy is here. Yep. And now what he could have done is he didn't do this route, but he could have done the blue route. And then he would be sitting right here, even though you have a ward, or like walk around, and then you're 100% fucked, you know? Instead of warding here, and then you're 100% safe, because if he walks into river, you know it. And if he doesn't walk in river, you know he's topside. So you're 100% safe. And now you see him, and you have to walk this way. Yeah. Dodge the binding. Yeah. Yeah, and now you die. Flash. Holy shit. Wait. Holy shit, this is so boosted. Like, you should have 100% died here.
Yeah.
Like, literally 100%. Like, holy shit, yeah. This is like insane. But you see, like, what I mean here with like putting a ward down. This ward is not useful, because he could have just ran into the river from here. Yep. And if you put a ward here, if, for example, your jungler starts top side, it also gives more information for your top laner instead of just for you, you know? So that's, yeah?
If I want to ward that side, which bush should I ward?
If you want to ward top side, you put a ward here. Okay. And if you want to ward bot side, you just put a ward here. Or what you can do is you put a ward here, but then you don't see this part of the river, which is sometimes very useful. So that's why, like, again, if you wanna pretty much, if the enemy jungler starts bottom side, you're gonna ward here. And if she starts top side, you're gonna ward here. And also depending of obviously on where your jungler starts. And now like it's pretty good for you. It's like he just pushes the wave in, and then this lane is over. Like from the early advantage that you could have had, just because your pretty much your warding was off, there's literally no advantage anymore. So now you lose like a whole like 1.5 wave of experience, and you lose both summoners. So it's like very rip. But you still win this game somehow.
I got carried. Like.
Okay. That's fine. So now you can't really go aggressive. So all you have to do is just farm. And at this, again, as this position, you have no wards. And Xin could have just pretty much still sat in a side bush or whatever and instantly ganked you. So what you want to do if this happens, so the enemy pretty much get the slow push like this. Wait, it says I'm past the game. Oh, that's interesting.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe someone is just trolling and pressing like typing /unpause or whatever. I don't know. But you see now the wave is pretty much slow pushing to the enemy, right? So the wave is stacking up. So what you want to do is, because you're in a vulnerable position, you want to try to push it out as fast as possible, so it pretty much hits the turret and bounces back.
That's what I tried to do.
Okay. Well, you don't really see, like, you know, still like kind of like delaying it. And yeah, now you go for it, but you don't focus like on fully clearing the wave. You're more focusing on harassing the enemy, which should be not your main priority now because you're behind and the wave is in a bad position. So again here, you don't want to Q her or out attack her. Like this is a good Q, and that's a fine E. And now you can ward up. And after that you can play the lane normally. So you can like put the pink ward somewhere. Doesn't matter like if you want the defensive here or even here if you want a more aggressive one. And you put like a normal ward at the other side, you know. But if the wave's like in the middle and you have no sums and you have no vision of where the enemy jungler could be, just push it ASAP. Don't bother harassing the enemy Morgana. And again here, see? You just pushed it out. And there's no way you're gonna kill him, so you have no kill pressure on the Morgana just because you pretty much got early fucked. And now you're going for early trades while you don't know where the enemy jungler is. So he could be literally standing here and he could have killed you. So again, if you just push out the wave, just back off. Don't go bother. And now you die probably. Yeah, exactly. See? And this is just because you're like fucking around. Holy shit, I'm a bit sick. Sorry. But you're just you're just fucking around without vision, you know. And now you lose another, like full wave. Yeah, it's like
that's 2 levels behind.
Yeah, like you want to make it very hard for yourself to like win some games. Yeah, so you lose another one. And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna slow push back again, and you still have no wards, which means he could have literally again sit right here, wait till you walk in lane, and you die again, and you lose another wave, and you get fucked even harder.
Like, I don't know how we're similar CS. Like, it amazes me.
Yeah, it's like insane, but that says like how bad this guy is, but he's still owning you. So, and now this guy is literally doing the same. Like, there's like even though he has a ward here, like there's no point for him to literally walk up to here. Just chill back if you push out the wave.
Mind.
Like it's, and then this guy walks in and you're walking back. It's like
It's obvious.
just like holy shit, what is this? This guy's not even using his spell shoot, saving it for late game. I don't fucking know.
It was a bit of a clown fiesta.
Yeah, like they lose this game. I have literally no clue how you like how you're able to win this game. And again, you put the ward here, which doesn't give you much, even though it's like at the camp. Like this gives you so much more. But you had no ward around. You don't know where Xin is. He could have been literally again sitting here, and you're like fucking around with his raptors, and you could have died again. You're very lucky that these players are like very bad. Otherwise, you would have went like 0-3 in like 10 minutes, or like not even 10, but in 5 minutes.
This is mid plat.
Yeah, this is like I watched the other plat game, but yeah, like this is a special one. And now, yeah, you're just gonna get perma pushed, and you can't really do much about it. And you wanna tank, like here you could have tanked it a bit, just in front of your tower. Yeah, you're gonna lose one because you didn't attack, like you didn't set it up. You have to pretty much learn how much damage you need with your W and shit. And again, like this bottom lane is not gonna do anything. You're behind, accept you're behind, and try to pretty much climb back. And you're gonna do that with farming and not roaming level 5 bottom lane, which like has no setup, you know. So even though like this is just a small roam, like just the thought is like it's not good. At least if you get blue, you can like contest the push a bit. Yeah, he's like 2 levels ahead. And again, now you want to auto attack these minions, and then you want to grab this one and just WQ it, so you get all of it. So you set it up, and instead of now you get like an awkward C, you get like an awkward situation, and you have to use your E, which you don't have much mana, so you want to pretty much save as much mana. Holy shit, what did I do? Okay, I did that. Okay. And now you recalled, which is like really bad, because now you pretty much gave a signal to Sejuani, take my blue. Yeah, so you never want to do that, especially against Morgana, because there's literally no way you're gonna contest the push now. And it was a bad back timing, because she pushed you in, and then you backed, which means you lose another wave. So you pretty much lose 3 waves by just pushing into the tower. And then you have no blue buff against the Morgana, which is Ripperoonie. And again, see, like, you're up here, no words around.
I saw Syndra.
Yeah, okay. But even, like, to be honest, if Morgana literally walks around and spell shoots herself, you're dead. Okay. Like, this extra damage doesn't give you anything. So just chill back. And then what you're doing here, you could have been also doing, like, a bit more back. But yeah, I give you like the thing of the doubt. Because yeah, since I was topside, so you could have played more aggro, but even then again, it's still unnecessary. And it's fine. You just push it in and you back out and see what you can do. Try to put the ward down or whatever. I think you still had the ping from like 10 minutes ago. Didn't use it. No, please don't walk that way. Okay, good. Okay, no, that's fine. And again, all you have to do is sit mid. And don't feed. See, doesn't glance it.
Like that.
Yeah. Holy moly. And if you ghosted, you could have like ghosted out of it and then like turn it around. And now you have no sums. And again, you have to adapt your playstyle. So you have no sums, they have a Morgana, they have a Xin Zhao. You can't walk up, never. No matter at what situation. And you still have your ping part. Fucking put it down somewhere. Like this could have been warded. Again, like you have no vision of what's happening. And you just like again they even ping it out. Oh, and also one thing is if for example if you want to roam, which like this is like a bad example, always push the wave out and then roam, because what now can happen is they push the wave in, for example even Xin Zhao can move and they just take your tower. So you want to push out the wave first and then roam. And see, like this is again it's a Soraka Twitch, like they have no setup, and then this guy is here and then the Xin Zhao is here and then you're dead. Well, it looks like you're trolling. No, just pranking. But yeah, yeah, just like pretty much you have to accept the fact that you're behind and pretty much play from behind, instead of you're playing like you're ahead. You're playing like you're Fat LeBlanc or whatever. That's what like that one.
I think that's my biggest problem. So if I don't get a lead, I lose really fast.
Okay, because you're gonna play like you have a lead. Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. That's good that you know. Pretty much you know that's your problem, because then it's easy to fix. You
It's fun.
okay? Then I've like
Yeah,
I have
I don't feed, but like I play like on my head.
yeah, but still like it doesn't matter that you feed like you could have had like 20 more CS if you just stayed in mid lane, and that's all you had to do, stay in mid lane. And lucidity boots is very useless. Holy shit! Like this guy is a special one. Like, like what is she doing? Like, why is she building an arm guard? Like, Sejuani AP, Syndra full AP, Assassin, Yorick semi AP, fucking builds an arm guard. Like, holy shit! Like, and you're losing to this guy.
Oh, I did win the 1v1.
Yeah, but you got carried. But again, like lucidity boots with Morello, Abyssal Scepter, and blue buff, you have like enough cooldown reduction. You don't need the lucidity boots. And not going like early Nagaton Cloak is fine here. But again, just learn the basics of pushing the wave out and then try to look something instead of just holy shit. What is this BM? You're insane, man. Fucking you're literally playing like an animal and then fucking BMing the Morgana. Holy shit. You're crazy. And again, like just push in and do nothing. Get the blue buff. And still, what is this? Hello? Put it down. Put that pink word down. Like yeah, and again, you play Syndra like without vision against the Morgana Xin Zhao. Like it's literally insane how you only had 2 deaths. It's literally, it's like oh, it's so interesting. And again, bottom lane died, so there's already shit happening. Mid lane, the wave is in the middle, and instead of pushing it out and then trying to look for a roam or whatever, you leave it in the middle. So again, you lose like a full minion wave if you just push it out. See? Like you're walking here. Let's slow it down a bit. And then you're still yeah. Took the minion. Yeah, you queued it. So you okay. So what you what you did was you gave up a mid wave to pretty much tax it from the bottom wave from the bottom lane. So watch. Okay, right here. Right? There's a nice wave coming. You give it up by going bottom lane, which is no need for, you know? Because they're already out. They waste TP, they're already out. No need to force it. So just push it in. Again, focus on just staying in your lane. And so you give up this wave by going bottom lane. So you give up this wave and then you come here. You put the ping bar down. And then you grab a minion and you text this wave. Again, like if you just stayed in mid, push this wave in, Morgana couldn't roam, so like it's always pretty much a number advantage on the bottom side. And instead of that, you just go bottom lane and again do nothing, and you keep losing minions. And not only that, you're not losing minions, you're always taking minions away.
Oh.
Yeah, this is yeah. Holy shit! Like this guy just eat into you. But again, because he pushed it in, it's gonna slow push back to the enemy Morgana. So you lose even more minions. Like, and you're still 100 CS. Wonder if you just stayed mid lane and just did nothing. You would have literally had 140 CS on 40 minutes. And that's all you need. So even though like Morgana roamed and gotten a kill, it doesn't matter because you're 20, 30 CS up. Which means it's more gold, you know?
Yeah, I could have had a lot of CS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's not like you're missing it. You're missing it because your decision of roaming is just bad. It's not like you're missing it because you can't auto attack properly. You know?
Yeah.
Like we didn't even talk about positioning the right way because you had nothing warded, so there was nothing to position for. Because yeah, normally you want to just ward one side and you want to hover that side, but yeah, if you don't ward like anything. You don't have to hover, I guess, anything. Problem solved. But again, here, like, just ward. But yeah, we already talked about that, so we're gonna just let it go. We're gonna, and this is fine. Like, this is all you had to do. All you had to do is push mid, and then if you pushed it in, you can like go. Again, this is perfect. So you pushed it in, so they can't counter push, and then you're thinking, okay, this guy is taking like the ward, and then you hop in, and then you flash away, and then you still die. But that doesn't matter. Like, the intention was really good. Like, you could have probably survived there if you. Holy shit, that was a. Holy. Hello. Yeah, this is special. But like, the intention was really good, even though it didn't work out like as good as it should have been. This is pretty much the basic. So you push it out, and then you force something. So then you try to roam, then you ward up, instead of just randomly walking out of lane and trying to force something.
I think I woke up after 15 minutes.
Yeah, like, holy shit. Alright. And like, the rest doesn't even. Again, the rest doesn't even matter. This is gonna. Like, I don't even know. This guy goes in, and then he dies because he has no damage, because he fucking built Sonya's.
It does cancel me if I give up.
But if he's stunned, he's dead though. And pretty much if you use his ult and he cancelled with the Sonya's, you just instantly stun him after or whatever. By the way, at this moment, again, yeah, you just wanna push for the wave. Especially because there's so many people.
Huh?
Wait, did you saw him? I think you did.
Maybe.
So you ward here, which is fine, because you see pretty much the Mia ping. Yeah, right here.
Oh.
This is just like instant reaction. So you pretty much have to think again, what is his win condition? His win condition is probably to one-shot you, since you have no summoners. So you're pretty much just gonna angle this way. So you're gonna save yourself. And then you would have hit him. Or even like bounced him back. And then you can just focus him instantly down with your ult, you know? And again, and then this guy is like you playing Master Yi. Just standing still and out attacking. So again, like, the push was fine, but like, he's just fucking standing still.
As an ADC.
Yeah, it's like watching Xpeke play ADC in LCS, just standing still, pressing all buttons, and hope he does damage. But yeah, like, again, like, how this lane should have been is you pretty much fucked it up for yourself by not warding early, and then you pretty much like, Morgana just gave it back to you, and then you just did some random roams, which didn't work out, and then but still, like, it's now even gold. So you have 6k, and he has like 5.8k. But
What the fuck?
yeah, like, wonder if you just literally didn't go, push out mid lane, and then just like take the littles on the Raptor or the Wolf, and then just push out mid again, and then like ward up something, or then try to roam. Then that would be so much better. But we're gonna make a little summary of what we should improve on. And also, I'm gonna give you a champion which you have to play passive on to pretty much be useful at the start. Unless you're gonna hit an insane amount of skill shot, but because you're having pretty much a hard time playing passive, right? So pretty much from behind.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do, and it's also a lot of fun, is I want you to pick up Ezreal on mid lane.
Ezreal.
Yeah. Because he's very weak early, but he's like okay in the mid lane. But you just have to adapt your build to the enemy mid laner. But that's also like interesting for you to figure it out yourself. Because again, against every mid lane is situational, and situational to also with your summoner spells. But with Ezreal, pretty much you want to get back as soon as possible for your early tier. And you pretty much have to always play on the back foot, and you can't really leave mid lane because you're always getting pressured in. But after pretty much you're getting your items, then you can really do something, you know. You can help your team out, or you can just sit mid lane and just ult the lane, for example. So instead of being proactive early, you can do that really with Ezreal mid lane. So I want to give you that champion to learn, because that will pretty much fix your problem of not being able to play passive, because you have to play passive with Ezreal, otherwise you're just gonna go 0-10. And again, it's your choice if you want to pick him up, but if you want to fix that problem.
Like when I get diamond MMO.
Well, you can even go like, I don't know if you have a Smurf. Yeah,
I have a gold smurf.
Yeah, just hop on your gold Smurf and play Ezreal mid, and just figure out like how he works and how to play him and how to play around his power spikes. And that's gonna be like very important to pretty much know when you're behind or when just the matchup is not in your favor, and pretty much how to pretty much just play passive. Well, you're having like definitely a hard time with playing passive, because whenever the wave is gone, you're still up in this up in the enemy turret without wards, you know. So I think that's very important. But